Good evening. Today is Monday, June 8th, and it's been a while since I last vlogged. I don't even remember the last time I uploaded a vlog. Probably a couple weeks ago, but nothing new and exciting has been going on here for a while. Same old stuff. The Sunday lunches with some people in the Bremer group started back up again, starting last Sunday, and we went to a Greek restaurant, and there was about like 13 people, but a couple more people showed up that did RSVP, and yeah, but it wasn't too bad. All the restaurants, probably everywhere across the country, that are open are at 50% capacity. But so we had a table, like 8 or so, and then another table with 8 or so, and there was space in between, so it wasn't too bad. And yeah, I guess there was people complaining about being too close together last week, and somebody else complained that nobody was wearing a mask there, and we're like, how are you supposed to eat if you have a mask on? So yeah, yesterday we went to an Italian restaurant, and there was like 11 people. I mean, it was a nice sized group, but not as many as it used to be. And I know there are some people that are still leery about going out, in a big group, and I don't blame them. I probably wouldn't go either, but I really need to be with people. Even though I don't talk very much, especially yesterday, I didn't talk a whole lot when I go to the restaurant. But being out with other people, I need that because, I'm in this house by myself, and I think it's starting to get to me. So yeah, and so yesterday for lunch I had baked ziti, and I had plenty left over, so I had that tonight for dinner. Friday I went to the grocery and to pick up some things, and because of the pandemic, meat prices are high, and because people, I guess, are hoarding that now, and so you're limited to how much you can buy in chicken and beef and all that. Albertsons, it's 2 beef and chicken and all that stuff. I bought some ground beef, and I bought a corned beef, and I took that out of the freezer yesterday. I was going to make that today, but I had the leftovers today, so I'm going to have that tomorrow. And I bought cottage cheese and sour cream, because I want to make my mom's kugel, which is out of an old cookbook. And in the pantry, there's some open packages of egg noodles that I want to use up. And I have to look at the recipe book to see how many eggs I need. I have a half dozen, so I should be okay, but I want to make sure I have everything. And when I was at the store, I bought stuff to make the strawberry pretzel jello. Bought the cream cheese and the Cool Whip and the jello and the pretzels. And then I was coming home from Albertsons, and I realized I bought the wrong flavor. I bought raspberry, and you need strawberry, and you need 2 packages, well, probably the 2 small packages of jello. This I'll use at another time when I want to make my mom's cranberry jello mold, because you use the raspberry jello for that, so that won't get used up. I always seem to buy the wrong flavored jello when I want to make something with that, because in November, when I wanted to buy the stuff to make the jello mold, I bought black cherry and cherry jello, which I still have. And I can hear them laughing because I hate jello. I don't hate jello. I hate cherry. anything. So there's that. And so I haven't done much, like I said. My routine lately for the past few weeks has been getting up, taking my thyroid medicine, go in the office, check my mail, check Twitter and Facebook. Then around an hour later, I make my coffee and breakfast, and then come back up here and watch a YouTube video or two. And then a little bit later on, I get dressed and I come in here and to put on the TV and watch TV, work on the diamond painting on and off, or I listen to a podcast while working on it. And every so often, I sit back and check Twitter and Facebook on the phone, or I watch TV, or I look out the window and drift away, daydream away. Or sometimes I do actually drift off, and I think it's because I'm bored, staying home, being home. And maybe the heat, because it's been warm, hot lately, the last few weeks. Though the last few days, it's been like in the mid 80s. Today, it's really nice. It's like upper 70s, lower 80s. I haven't had the air on. I turned the air off all weekend, though, like, about this time, it gets really warm in the house. And I think I looked at it Saturday, and it was like 82. But I did not budge and put on that air. I turned on the fans, the ceiling fans. And Saturday, I did leave the door open to get some air, the front door. I would have done it with the back, but the Summerlin Parkway is behind there, and I didn't want to hear the traffic. I mean, I hear the traffic, but it would have been louder if I left the door open. And I would open the window, but I don't have screens. They fell. So, and then they're in the garage, so that's why I don't open the windows. But yeah. So yeah, this would have been done a long time ago. But like I said, I work on it a little bit, and then I stop and pause, check Facebook and Twitter, or watch whatever I'm watching on TV. It's been like that for a while. I'm not really depressed. I don't know. I know the last couple weeks, last month in May, 28th, was like marked the 10th month that she's been gone, and the last couple months, March, April, I really wasn't thinking about it. But last month, it hit me. Not hard, but, it hit me. And this month, the 28th, falls on a Sunday, which is the day or the evening she passed. And that will be 11 months, and July, will be a year. So, May, it kind of hit me that the year's coming up. So that's probably part of the reason why I'm a little blue and not gung-ho on doing anything. Because I think it was a couple weeks ago. It was before June. I know it was before June 1st when iCAD starts, and I usually do iCADs in the past few years that I got into mixed media and discovered iCAD. Last year I started it, I think, and when she got really bad, I stopped doing it. And I was going to do it this year. So I found the index cards, and I'm like, oh, I'll remember where they are. And when June 1st comes, y'all start doing it. Well, June 1st came and I haven't didn't do any iCads, and I don't feel like doing it. Part of me wants to do it, and then big part of me doesn't want to do it. Any art at all. I mean, I dabbled in art journaling a little bit here and there since she passed, but I nowhere near have done the art that I used to do before she got sick last year and passed. I used to sit in the computer, watch YouTube or listen to podcasts and work on art and background, doing backgrounds and stuff, and not doing that hardly at all. Not every day. Not even every other day. Like maybe one day here, another day there, but not nearly enough. Because I don't want to push myself, because then I'll make crap, and I don't want to make crap. So, yeah, I feel stuck. Stuck with doing what I used to do. Stuck on what I want to do for work. Life. And it's very lonely being by myself. Especially, it wasn't so bad in the beginning of this thing, the pandemic, but like I said, the last few weeks, it was starting to get to me with the boredom and stuff. And of course, it doesn't help with the price with Uber and Lyft. They had a thing on the news just a little while ago about, because the strip in downtown, the casinos started opening this past week on the 4th, and people are having a hard time finding a ride back, from the strip to go home and stuff, and that's because there's not a lot of people that do Uber or Lyft out there, and that's why the prices are so high, because there's not a lot of people available driving, and they're considered gig workers, so they qualify to get unemployment, and they make more money on unemployment than they do, with Uber or Lyft, and so that some people are, doing that. Some people are afraid. Well, not afraid, but they don't want to risk getting sick, and some no longer have a car because they couldn't afford to, keep the car because they weren't working and were not getting unemployment. So when I saw that story, I kind of like, I knew that was the reason, but it was like, aha. Because I was thinking of going to Costco. I just wanted to see how much it was. With Uber, it was like $15 or $16, and it was a crazy amount of money. I think double what it usually is when I used to go there before the pandemic. Lyft, was a little bit cheaper, and just a little while ago, I looked to see how much it would be to go to Bellagio, because they put up the new display in the conservatory, and I kind of want to see it because there's a big Hello Kitty there. And Uber, it was like $20, and Lyft, it was a little bit less. But then you have to worry about how you're going to get home, because people on the news, they were talking about people are waiting 3 hours to find a way home, or they weren't locals. They were staying on the strip, and they went to downtown, and they were going to want to go back to the strip to their hotel, and they had to wait 3 hours to find a way home. So yeah, I probably won't be going to the Strip anytime soon for cost and for not knowing if I'm going to get a ride home. I'll stick local like I usually do. But yeah, I'm not planning on going anywhere, you know, like that anytime soon anyway. But yeah, so I think I rambled on enough. So I'll see you guys later.